All right, guys, and welcome to the Renaissance Man podcast. This is episode number 2. I'm so pumped that you're here joining me today. Guys, if you're not familiar, this podcast is for driven people looking to unlock their potential. All right, guys, so if you're entrepreneurs, you're a salesperson, you're a business owner, you're a community activist, you're someone out there making it happen, getting it done, and living up to your full potential. This podcast is for you. Guys, this is a multi-dimensional podcast, hence why it's called the Renaissance Man. I believe in multi-dimensional success. I don't believe in just being one-dimensional. I think we can have it all. And this podcast is for you. So I'm so pumped that you're here today joining me. And this is going to be a quick podcast. I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to get straight into the meat and potatoes of what we're going to be talking about today. And guys, it is a perfect time to be talking about this. Episode number 2 is labeled Radical Transformation, okay? Radical Transformation, and why I believe we all need some radical transformation in our lives at times. And if you're listening to this, you could probably appreciate some of this information and apply it and take action in your life right freaking now. So let's jump into this, guys. Radical transformation. What is radical transformation? It is taking where you are now and just absolutely doing a freaking 180 and taking your life and your business and everything to the next level. It's when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And guys, it doesn't mean that things have to be absolutely just devastating, a catastrophe for you to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. It could be your business is doing 1 million a year and you're so freaking tired of only doing 1 million. And how do I go from 1 to 5? It could be you're used to, doing 10 sales a month and you want to get from 10 to 20. It could be you're a real estate agent and you're used to doing 2 closings a month. You want to go from 2 to 4 or 2 to 5. It could be so many different things, guys. Listen, radical transformation doesn't mean that you have to start from zero. Honestly, it should be applied when you're already having success because you can do it proactively. So what is radical transformation? It is doing a freaking 180 in your life. It is absolutely just flipping the switch and taking it from 0 to 100. Okay, what you're doing now is not gonna get you the results of where you're heading. What you're thinking now is not gonna get you the results of where you're heading. The habits that you have now is not gonna get you to the results of where you're heading. So you're gonna have to do a radical transformation. You're gonna have to, it's mind, body, spirit, completely shift all your energy, all your thoughts, all your beliefs, all your habits, your self-identity. Everything has to be completely transformed to get yourself to the next level. Because guys, we don't get what we want, we get what we are. We get what we are, guys. Listen, that's the secret to life, okay? If there is a secret, I don't know if there is, but if there is one, okay, it's we get what we are, we don't get what we want. So guys, it's about becoming the person. It's about being the person that's going to get the results that you're desiring for your next level in life, okay? So radical transformation is completely shifting your identity. It's doing a 180. It's okay, this is where I'm at now. It could be okay. It could be pretty good, but pretty good is not the next level. How do I get from here to here? You're going to have to completely shift yourself. You're going to have to completely take yourself to another level. You're going to have to change the way you think. Everything that you do has to be transformed. Radical transformation. Now you're probably asking, well, Blake, why the hell is that important? Well, let me tell you why it's important in your life. Because if you don't make these shifts and you don't transform how you think, what you do, your beliefs, your thoughts, your identity, because your identity is the thermostat of your life, guys. You cannot outdo or outperform or outbe how you see yourself in your personal identity. Why is it important? Because whatever goals that you have, your identity has to match that. That's the secret of life. So oftentimes, you've seen people that win the lottery. They win the lottery, and then the next thing you know, 2 years later, they won, call it 20 million bucks. And then two years later, they don't have any money anymore. Right. Well, they got the external cash that came in, but the cash didn't match their identity. So their identity, maybe they were used to making, I don't know, call it $60,000 a year or something, or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. $200,000 a year. Doesn't matter what it is. But where they were it didn't match the new level of income. And so where they were with their certain thoughts, their habits, the way they spent their money, the way they used their money, the way they invested their money, the way they looked at money, their relationship to money, the way they looked at life, all of that had a certain kind of frequency per se, like a certain temperature. And that temperature regulates our life, okay? And so when all that money came in, it didn't match up. Next thing you know, money's gone because their life has to match who they are. It's just the way it is. So why radical transformation is so important is we can proactively identify the goals that we have for ourselves and start shifting our identity that matches those goals. That's why it's so important. We can do this proactively. It doesn't have to come from some crises or problem or situation. It can come from our own agency. So radical transformation is massively important in your life because it's going to help you get those goals that you have set for yourself. When you shift and you transform yourself into the person that matches those goals, your goals will happen. They will happen what feels like effortlessly. All right, now what are the benefits? What are the benefits of radical transformation? Well, number one, you're going to feel alive, okay? I mean, you're not going to be bored. How many people are out there bored? There's so many bored people. I mean, everyone's just bored. I mean, everybody's on their phones, looking for entertainment, because they don't know what to do with themselves, right? I mean, it's I think the average person watches 3 or 4 hours of TV a day. That's 30 hours a week. That's a work week. That's a work week of watching TV. God knows what the hell they're watching, right? So people are bored. Okay. So if you're watching this podcast, you're not one of those people. So thank God, right? You're a driven person. You want to unlock your potential, but it's important to understand the benefits of this. So whenever you proactively create a radical transformation in your life, you're not going to be bored. You're going to be engaged. You're going to be fired up. You're going to be lit up because now you have something to focus on. You have something. Okay. I may have been doing pretty good over here, but now I'm really going to just lock in and take myself to the next level, and I'm going to be fired up. Okay, so it's going to light you up. It's going to inspire you whenever you go create a radical transformation. What are the other benefits? Number one, you're going to be better for the people in your life. I mean, it's not just about us, right, guys? Listen, it's not just about you. Okay, it's about the people in your life. It's about your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your family, your coworkers, your team members, your employees. It's about your community. It's about the people in your life. When you get better, you are better for other people just by you being better. You don't even necessarily have to do something for somebody, but just being a better version of you are going to give extra value to the people in your life. And at the end of the day, guys, that's really what this is about. It's not really about you. You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the fruits of your accomplishment and the fruits of your growth. But really, it's the other people in your life that also get to enjoy the progress by you becoming a better version of you and you doing a radical transformation. So it's not only are you going to be fired up and lit up, but number two is you're going to add extra value to the people in your lives. So if you have employees, team members, whatever it may be, a family, kids, church community, doesn't matter. When you take yourself to a next level, just you being around these people, they're going to pick up on that. They're going to say, man, this guy, there's something different here. He's doing something different, and you're going to inspire people just by your actions. Not even really anything that you say, but just by you stepping your game up and stepping your life up, you're going to give other people permission to do the same for them. So, what are some other benefits of radical transformation? Results, guys. If you're watching this podcast, you want results. I'm results driven, right? We want to get results. We want to see progress. We don't want to just do this because it feels good. Okay, we want to do it because we want to achieve a result. We want to get an outcome. Guys, when you proactively, radically transform yourself, you will have better results. You're going to be operating at a higher level. You're going to be operating at a place of your biggest potential. Okay, so now you're not playing small no more. You're playing big, and you're going to be able to take yourself to the next level. And when you do that, you're going to get better results. You're going to have better results. You're going to achieve more. Your business is going to grow. Your occupation, your vocation is going to grow. Your relationships are going to grow. Your self-esteem is going to grow. Your health and fitness is going to grow. Your spiritual connection with God is going to grow. Your communication skills are going to grow. Your skills are going to grow. Your everything, your health, everything, guys, will get better when you radically transform. You're going to get better results. So it's not just about, hey, man, I want to do this thing and just try to, feel fired up for a couple of days. No, it's like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to radically transform myself because number one, I'm going to feel fired up. Number two, I'm going to be a benefit and I'm going to be a net positive to society. But number three, me personally, I'm going to get better results. I'm going to win. I'm going to see an increase in my life. I'm going to see an expansion in my life when I radically transform. So guys, it is about results, right? The bottom line is you're going to get better freaking results when you radically transform yourself. So it's really, really important that you do this proactively. And guys, whatever your goals are, whatever your next set of goals are, which, I recommend focusing, 90 days at a time, 12 weeks, whatever you want to do it. But whatever you lock in on for that next 90 days, who do you need to become that's going to match those targets and match those goals? Then that's where you need to radically transform to. Start taking yourself to that person that's already achieved those. And when you start working on that and executing on that, results start just flying, dude. They just start freaking just falling. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's like a, like I said, if there's a secret, this is the secret. All right. What's the strategy? What's the action plan for a radical transformation? So I tell you what, before I get into that, let's talk about what the enemy is to a radical transformation. And I'm going to tell you right now, the enemy to radical transformation is a dangerous thing called comfort. So comfort is not good for this, okay? Matter of fact, being in your comfort zone, I know oftentimes we hear this, right? You don't want to be in your comfort zone. It's not good to be in your comfort zone. You don't grow in your comfort zone. And it's not, and sometimes we just look at it as a social media meme or a thing that, it's a nice thing to post on your social media platforms. But guys, it's the truth. Comfort is what keeps us from our truth. Comfort is not real. It actually, and I'll give you a good example. Okay. Have you ever been motivated? Say you woke up one day and you were maybe even a little pissed off, right? Like, there's a healthy pissed off, right? That's a real thing where it's actually like a righteous anger, so to speak, where it's like, you know what? I'm not liking this situation right now. I need to fix this. I need to get locked in, right? Have you ever been in that place where you're just kind of fired up and you want to make something happen? You want to change something in a good way. You want to be proactive. But then what if sometimes, you caught yourself on the couch for maybe an extra 30 minutes and then you ordered a pizza, right? Or you eat a cheeseburger or, you do something like that. And then all of a sudden that feeling just kind of goes away. What happened to that inspiration? What happened to that motivation? What happened to that fire? Well, guys, it was covered up by comfort, because comfort often is a biological response. You go have a nice big meal, your body starts releasing all of these hormones and chemicals that make you feel satiated, right? And then your body gets kind of relaxed and you feel kind of cozy. And then all of a sudden that spirit of inspiration, that spirit of I want to take myself to the next level is not really there no more, because it's overridden by our physical comfort. And so then that's what that's what happens to people on a daily basis, is because our lives typically right now, we're not waking up and having, saber-toothed tigers chase us down the road. or chase us down the mountain. We have different challenges, right? But as far as most people, I mean, there are some people in the world that have some real serious challenges, but this podcast is not for that. If you're listening to this, you're not that person. Most of the time, guys, we have a certain level of comfort in our lives, right? Whether it's, thank God we have shelter, thank God we have food, thank God we have, love and support in our lives and all these different things. And these are great things. But sometimes when we get into this cycle of habitual living, of doing the same thing, and we don't have a lot of real challenges in our life, things that kind of get us out of that MO, that comfort zone, we just get kind of in this perpetual cycle of being nice and cozy. And when you're nice and cozy, man, you're not radically transforming. You're not radically transforming. You're literally in your comfort zone, your bubble, and you're just feeling nice and cozy. And it doesn't drive the want or the fire to transform yourself. And so comfort is the enemy to radical transformation. Now, am I advocating that you go create a freaking life crisis? No, that's not what I'm saying. You should not know. Matter of fact, I want this to be proactive. How many times do we see someone have to go through something catastrophic to change? It's because they got pushed out of their comfort zone, but it wasn't by their own choice, right? Maybe they had a health scare, maybe they got into an accident, or maybe something bad happened in their life where it shook them out of their comfort zone. It lit the fire. Now, that could be good, but we want to do it proactively. If you're listening to this podcast, you're a driven person. You want to unlock your potential. We want to do this from our own agency. We don't want to be forced to do this. We want to do it because we're in control, because we're being who God made us to be. That's why we do this, okay? So guys, comfort is the enemy to radical transformation. And a lot of it comes from the food that we eat, the activity that we choose, and the people that we associate with. So guys, you gotta shift some things here. Okay. I'm telling you right now, food is one of that's why they call it comfort food, right? I'm going to tell you right now, for me personally, if I'm stressed out to the T, okay, or not even stressed out, if I'm just fired up and motivated, I want to go conquer the world. You give me a large pepperoni pizza, and I'm going to tell you, 5 minutes after eating that, I don't want to do nothing. Matter of fact, I am so satiated and so just cool. I don't really care about doing anything. It's like I forgot everything. It's like my goals just disappeared. It's like, well, no, I'm good, man, because it's a biological response. My body is responding to the food, and it overrides my spirit. My spirit wants to go out and make it happen. That's where, God's lighting a fire under my butt saying, hey, I need you to go do this. I want you to take your business to the next level. I want you to go serve these people. I want you to add value to the community. I want you to be a better husband. I want you to be a better father. But then, if I do something, or I eat something, if I eat a big double, triple cheeseburger or whatever, all of a sudden, man, it's just like the motivation just flies away from me. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild how just something so simple can just destroy the human spirit? And it's important that we're aware of these things. So guys, comfort is the enemy. And it comes from just simple choices: food, activity, and people. Are you around people that just, affirm where you are in life? Oh man, you're good. You're good, man. You don't need to do nothing. Oh man, why do you want to go do that? You already have a good business. Why do you want to go take your business to the next? You don't need to do that. Hey man, why don't you you're doing good already. Sometimes, guys, people giving us too much affirmation is not good. It keeps us comfortable. Sometimes you need someone to say, hey man, you suck. You're not doing very good. Sometimes you need someone to say, hey man, you're doing pretty good, but you could do so much better. Like we need that, guys. That's a good thing. But we live in a society that shuns this type of energy. Well, we just all got to be good. No, it ain't always good. Sometimes good can be better, and we need to strive to be better, because at the end of the day, we are children of God, I mean, I just don't believe God made us to be stagnant. I just don't believe it. I will never subscribe to this, and I'll never buy into it. God didn't make us to sit around and watch Netflix all day. He just didn't. I'm sorry. He didn't make us to sit around and eat pepperoni pizzas and cheeseburgers and to not go service people and to give value and to bring something good to the world. I'm sorry. I will never subscribe to that. I just won't. And so, is there a time and a place for these things? Absolutely. There's a time and there's a place, but it is a time and it is a place, and it is not every day. So comfort is the enemy. Okay. So how do we override this? Now this is the strategy. Okay. The strategy. Here's the philosophy of radical transformation. Guys, you got to proactively create discomfort. Proactively create discomfort. When you do this, what happens is when you're uncomfortable or you're facing something stressful, okay, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a hard workout. Maybe it's going through a tough relationship. Maybe it is going through a slow season in your business. Doesn't matter. Typically, when people are faced with these challenges, what happens is their spirit wakes up. Their spirit wakes up, rises up, and it just wants to freaking make it happen. Guys, everybody has that. That's that fire. Okay? That's the truth of who we are. But when we're comfortable, we're living from a biological response typically. We're living from a place of comfort. So what you want to do is you want to proactively create discomfort. And it doesn't have to be anything extreme. This is the beautiful thing about this, because everybody's comfort levels are different. So it's not about doing anything stupid or ridiculous. It's about taking where you are and creating just a little bit of discomfort and getting you out of that bubble. Because what happens is when you do that, you get out of old habits and old routines and you get into your spirit and you get fired up and you want to go make something happen. So let me give you an example. If you are working out 4 days a week and you're kind of just going through the routine, one thing you can do is number one is you could take your workouts to 5 days a week, but number two is you can be deliberate on your workouts and make your workouts more difficult. Give it 120% during your workouts. That's going to get you out of that comfort zone and out of that habit and get you into a place of now you're conscious, now you're awake, and now your spirit's fired up. And now that's going to spawn into different energy and different types of behaviors in the rest of your part of your life. Okay. That's one thing. If you're a salesperson and you're doing well, okay, you probably are if you're watching this, and you're making X amount of money per month and you're calling X amount of people per month. Well, what you could do is, okay, what's my next level? What's my next level? I'm calling, 50 people a day. I'm going to bump it up to 75 a day. That little bump is going to take you out of that comfort zone. It's going to wake you up, make you conscious. It's going to light your spirit up, fire you up. And then that's going to also spawn into different behaviors. So typically what you want to do, the strategy is just taking one or two big key needle moving actions and just getting yourself out of your current state, current way of operating, shifting it just a little bit, expanding the activity, expanding the difficulty, the making it more challenging for yourself. And when you do that, you are proactively creating discomfort. And when you proactively create discomfort, that is the catalyst for a radical transformation. So not only do you need to understand who you need to be for the next 90 days to hit those goals, that's the vision part of it. The action part of it is taking and picking 1 to 2 to 3 actions right now that you can expand on, things that you're already doing, and making them a little bit more difficult to get you out of your comfort zone, to wake you up. Get you awake, get you conscious, get you fired up, get that inspiration flowing, get a little bit of adrenaline pumping through your veins. Guys, this is healthy. You need some of that. You need a little bit of fire in the belly. You need to feel a little bit of, okay, I gotta step up here. Okay. That's a good thing. It's a healthy thing. That's going to help you take yourself to the next level. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get used to this new fired up way of living, and it's going to be comfortable. That's the crazy thing, guys. It's going to be comfortable. Then you know what? You do it again. So guys, we need to radically transform ourselves every 90 days. Every 90 days, guys, we need to radically transform ourselves. We need to be constantly taking ourselves to the next level every 90 days. And it needs to be deliberate and intentional, not just a whim. It needs to be proactive, and it needs to be in conjunction and in alignment with our goals. So what goals you're trying to achieve for the next 90 days, the question you have to ask yourself is, who do I need to become to hit those goals in the next 90 days? That's what you need to radically transform. So where you are now is not the person that's going to achieve those goals in 90 days. So what you have to do is become that person now that has already hit those 90-day targets. And when you do that, guys, it is a freaking life secret, a hack. I don't know if it is or not, but if there is one, this is it. Become the person that's going to hit those 90-day targets right now. Radically transform yourself. And if you keep doing this, you will always keep leveling up your life, leveling up your business, leveling up your relationships, leveling up your health and fitness, leveling up your relationship with God. Because guys, we are not meant to be stagnant. We are meant to grow. We are meant to evolve. We are meant to transform. We are meant to take our lives to the next level. So guys, radically transform yourself. This is the strategy. Comfort is the enemy. Be proactive. Don't make it where life has to knock you on your ass. Do it yourself. Be proactive. Create your own little healthy crises in a good way, right? There is a healthy crisis, right? It's like, okay, I got to lose 10 pounds. Let me roll. Okay, it's not good. Okay, I gotta take my business to the next level. I gotta get my revenue up in my bit. Like you gotta create these little things for yourself versus waiting for life to knock you down on your butt. Okay. All right, guys, this is Renaissance Man Podcast. This is episode number 2, and it is radical transformation. Guys, go out there and transform yourself. Stop being so good with just being who you are today, because you have more in you. You have more in the tank. You have more in you have more fuel inside of you. God has bigger things for you, okay? And it's not always just about you. So if you're listening to this and you're saying, well, Blake, I'm good. I don't care. It ain't about you. It ain't about you being good. It's about you being better for other people. Because when you get better, you add more value. You give more. You bring more love. You bring more joy. You bring more value. You bring more success. You bring more opportunities to the people in your life. Guys, it's not just about you. Now, the beautiful thing is you get to reap the rewards and the benefits of your radical transformation. You get to reap that. That's why you should want to take yourself to the next level. Go out there and make it happen. It's the Renaissance Man Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're listening to this, just like it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the podcast. I'm going to keep just doing my very best to deliver the highest value possible. I'm also going to start bringing on some guests here shortly. So guys, this podcast is for driven people that want to unlock their potential. Let's go.